A special guest with us this evening wants to provide the invocation. So, Miss Kim McDaniel, if you would be so kind. Let me see about that mic for you.
And I wrote something out, but now I'm just going to say it from my heart, so I don't really know what I'm going to say in this prayer, but I'm going to say it. But Lord, thank you so much for this city, and thank you for each person, not only in this room, but each person in this city that has chosen to live here. And I think it's a big deal when you choose to live here, and it says something. It says that you love this city. And you know, we're just like the church, Lord. It's not the building, it's not the place, it's the people. And we're all a part of this city, every one of us. We all have an equal voice. We all should be respected, and we all should be loved. And we all should love and respect each other, Lord. And I've really been convicted that, you know, I'm not always as respectful and loving to those who don't agree with me. Someone recently said to me, Lord, it's so hard because I wake up every day and I know that somebody's going to attack me. And Lord, I just ask you to forgive me for each time I've attacked someone who didn't agree with me. And Lord, starting today, I'm going to claim kindness because I know that in the city of Irondale, we're diverse. We're known for diversity, and we're known for passion. We're not known for kindness. And Lord, starting today, kindness is going to start with me. And I hope that others will follow. I'm not saying, Lord, that others can't have an opinion. I'm not saying they can't disagree with me. But I think that we can all do it with kindness. And Lord, again, I just ask you to lead and guide me in that direction. And I today take that stand. And I'm going to be one who's going to do that. I hope others will follow. But if they don't, that's okay, Lord, because that's who I'm going to be in the city of Irondale. And when people look at me and I tell them that I live in Irondale, they will know that that is a part of who I am, and that's who I represent in Irondale. Thank you, Lord, again for everybody who loves Irondale, whether they agree with me, they disagree with me. Just thank you for letting them live here and love Irondale. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Miss McDaniel. All right, we'll call to order. Roll call. Councilman London.
Present.
Councilwoman Cuellar.
Here.
Councilman Box.
Here.
Councilman Sims.
Present.
And myself present as well. First order of business will be to approve the minutes from the regular city council meeting on July 15th of 2025.
Move we approve the minutes from July 15th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then secondly, and to approve the minutes from the special city council meeting on July 29th of 2025.
Move we approve the minutes from July 29th, 2025.
Second.
Motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Next order of business will be approval of the bills.
I make a motion we approve the current bills in the amount of $539,448.78.
Counselor Spivey, I'm going to abstain on this one. I came this weekend to take a look at a few items that I had highlighted, and there was nowhere where I could go into a private room where there are no cameras. Wound up sitting in the bathroom for a while, but I couldn't look at all of them because my legs got they fell asleep from being up there like that without being able to move. So I'm going to abstain from this. And there is a resolution that I would like for us to, we were supposed to do it. We're finally able to do it now, but this really is not charity at all, where a council member cannot come in.
I look forward to
Take a
speaking
look
on
at
that
the
item
finances.
extensively this evening when it's introduced.
Yeah.
We have you on record for abstaining. There's a motion on the floor for the approval of the
Second.
bills. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. That being up, Mayor, it is your time, sir.
All right, thank you, Council President Spivey and everyone that is in the audience tonight. Hopefully my report won't be too lengthy, but I'm glad to be able to see that everyone is here. Before I begin to give some of the dates and some of the things that are going on in the city, I want to be able to read a statement that has to deal with the RO study that we were doing in the water department. And it says, the city recently completed a 15-week reverse osmosis, also known as RO, pilot study to evaluate RO as a potential permanent solution. The pilot study was conducted in conjunction with multiple RO manufacturers and included 2 different RO technologies. For the entire duration of the pilot, all PFAS compounds were successfully removed below the EPA 2030 MCL. The pilot study successfully demonstrated a potential pre-treatment train and RO system that could be implemented to provide PFAS treatment in compliance with the EPA 2031 MCL. Due to the ongoing litigation regarding PFAS in the city water system, I cannot provide any additional information at this time. All right, you all may have received this in your water bill or your garbage bill, but I just wanted to give you an update on some of the things that are going on in the city. I Love Irondale was great. We probably had about 3,000 to 4,000 individuals that were out there, the kids, everybody in the community enjoyed it. The thing that probably was the highlight of the entire show was the drone show that took off about 8:45. It was a wonderful show. Probably the highlight of that show was being able to see Lieutenant Mark Meadows' name lit over the city of Irondale. Also, I wanted to mention the back to school pep rally took place on Friday, August the 1st. There were several organizations that participated and churches as well, where free school supplies, DJ dancing, teacher giveaways, and food trucks was a part of it as well. And I believe that we gave out about 15 spirit packs for the different sports that they have at Shades Valley High School. So that went very well also. The next up is last year I went to about 11 neighborhoods to be able to do town hall meetings. And we're going to do the same thing this year. Tomorrow night, we will be at the retreat. On August the 11th, we'll be at the Irondale Senior Activity Center for Holiday Gardens in the Stone Ridge areas. On August the 12th, we'll be at Stuart Perry for Belmont and Overton areas. On August the 13th, we'll be at the Villas. August the 18th, we'll be at Jefferson County Christian Academy. That's for Heritage in the Rock Ridge area. And on August the 20th, we'll be at the Irondale City Hall for the North and the South, Downtown, and the Bend. I invite everybody to be able to come out, and if you really want to be able to receive an update about what's going on at the city, I ask you to jump on the train, come ride with us for about an hour and a half as we cover what's going on in the city of Irondale. Also, on Thursday, August the 21st, we will be having a groundbreaking at the Civic Center, better known as the Zamora Temple. We will discuss the bid that came in about a couple of weeks ago and is on the agenda to be able to adopt for that. I would love for, if you are available, to come out on Thursday, August the 21st at 10 a.m. and we will be breaking ground on the renovations to the Irondale Civic Center. Also, the Farmers and Makers Market closed on Saturday. It was a very successful year. I mean, the people just came out. It was like a getting to know your neighbor, meet and greet. But I want to thank Captain David Brasher for that being his brainchild. And you all can clap if you want to. I sense that you all wanted to clap. I could feel somebody out there just wanted to clap. But this was Captain Brasher. This is his brainchild. He was behind it. He's the driving force. He's the one that recruits all the vendors, keeps up with the vendors, and do all of those things. And I just believe in giving people credit where credit is due. And we thank you for the wonderful job that you've done with the farmers market. Also, on August the 9th, we have a charity cornhole tournament, and the proceeds will benefit the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund in honor of Lieutenant Mark Meadows. I can't say anything other than you all come out to the event, make sure you give a donation in the name of Lieutenant Mark Meadows, who we dearly miss here at the city. Also on Saturday, Doggy Splash Bash at Tales by the Rails at Ellert Park. Bring your four-legged friend out to play in the water with sprinklers and puppy pools. You all look forward to being able to see you all doing that. We definitely, how many cat individuals are out there? We got to get something for the cats. These dogs are just having too much fun at the dog park. But hey, we'll work on that later. But if you have a dog, please bring them out to Tales by the Rails at Ellert Park to be able to enjoy the event. Also, on August the 23rd, we're having a community prayer walk. That is 3 days before the election. I would ask for everyone to come out and participate. And we're only asking God that He would put the right individuals in leadership to be able to lead the city for the next 4 years. Doesn't matter who you support or who you don't support, because this is a God thing. It's not a individual thing. And we want everybody to put whatever grievances, issues that you have, at least for an hour. We're going to walk a mile, pray through the city, end up at City Hall. We're expecting over 200 individuals to show up, and I would love for your face to be in the place to participate in that as well. And that's on August the 23rd. We'll leave City Hall at 8:30 a.m. Save the date for these events. There's a drive-in movie and car show that's going to be at the Hill at Grants Mill Station. Free popcorn, hot dogs, and more. On September the 6th, we're going to have an Operation Clean Sweep. That's going to be on September the 6th from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's going to be led by our beloved Public Works Director, Frank Pennington. Is that right, Frank? Frank is looking for everybody in this room to come out, right, Frank? To be able to help. Frank, what are we going to be cleaning up for?
How many people we have, we're going to distribute throughout the city.
Well, everybody in this room has already said they're going to be there. So we're going to clean up Ruffner Road, Overton, Alton. We'll meet here. We'll make sure we provide you with the gloves, the bags. The only thing we need is for your body to be in the place. We'll provide you with all the other things. Also, I forgot to mention, I got so many little notes over here, but we're also having a budget town hall meeting on August the 14th at 6 p.m. It'll be here in the council chamber, and it will also be broadcast on Facebook. And I'm just going to go through the year in the review to be able to answer a lot of the questions or the things that I've heard over the last 3 months. And we just want to be able to put out factual information where we are as a city. If you have a pen in your hand right now, I'll give you some numbers that you can take with you, and you can meditate on them and come back on August the 14th. First of all, we have $26.5 million in the bank in restricted and unrestricted funds. We have $15 million in the general fund reserve. We have another $2 million in reserve for the water department, which is a total of about $17 million. Through the month of July, we have a surplus of $2.2 million, or 2.0, $2 million. Also, I want to let everybody know that we made, and I hope you all clap at this point right here, we made all of our bond payments. We made all of our bond payments, which was $6.2 million for the year between the general fund and the water department, and we still have a surplus of over $2.2 $2 million. Also, we have 200 days of cash on hand, which is equivalent to about 7 months, which means that if we didn't collect $1 for 7 months, we have enough cash on hand, unrestricted, in the amount of $20 million to still to be able to meet all of the financial obligations that we need to perform as a city. Also, if you want the correct amount for the actual GO debt, no, don't say that, bond, the GO bonds that we have. On the GO side, we have 59,025,000. So that's basically $59 million on the GO side. And on the PBA side, because everybody likes to lump these two in together, but technically, if you're lumping them together, you're incorrect. The PBA has a balance of $41,920.00 for a grand total, drum roll, can I get a drum roll? Of $100,945,000.00. So that's the accurate amount through July that we have in GO obligations, as well as what we have in the PBA. Did I cover everything, Lee? And finally, I'm going to have, it's called the What You Want to Know About Municipal Finances 101. I'm going to have him, this is going to be in the mayor's office. It's a lunch and learn. Not only am I going to teach you, we're going to feed you at the same time. And that's going to be August the 21st at 12 o'clock. And that'll be from 12 to 1:30, which means that if you really want to know about the city finances and you want to have an opportunity for us to sit down and critically break them down, we will do that on August the 21st in the mayor's office, beginning at noon, wrapping up at 1:30. And you can bring all of your questions with you that may expedite the time and be able to get you out as well. I think I have covered everything for this long calendar that we have. Every month I say, we're going to do less, we're going to do less, we're going to do less. But as you all can hear, we're not doing less. Second thing that I wanted to do is we have a proclamation for Golden Rule. Golden Rule on Saturday, August the 9th, is working towards breaking the Guinness Book of Records of serving 5,000 barbecue sandwiches for 95 cents. And they've already received a proclamation from Governor Ivey, and I wanted to be able to do something for them in the city of Irondale. Therefore, I'm going to come down to the front and read it and ask Brian and Daniel that if they will come to the front and Sammy is in here too, right? Yeah, come on, Sammy. I know you don't like to. Come on down. You've been there as long as Golden Rule has been there. Okay, this proclamation read, honoring Golden Rule Barbecue and Grill, celebrating 134 years of legendary barbecue. Whereas founded in 1891, Golden Rule Barbecue and Grill stands as Alabama's oldest and most iconic barbecue restaurant, proudly serving the Irondale community and beyond for 134 years. Whereas Golden Rule has become more than just a restaurant, it is a beloved local institution known for its rich history, exceptional food, and deep commitment to hospitality and community. And whereas Golden Rule Barbecue and Grill continues to uphold a proud legacy of excellency while forging new traditions, feeding generations of families, and providing a place where neighbors gather and memories are made. And whereas in celebration of this incredible milestone, Golden Rule Barbecue and Grill is making a bold and flavorful attempt to break a world record by selling 5,000 barbecue sandwiches in one day, showcasing both their passion for great food and the power of community support. And whereas the city of Irondale proudly recognize and uplift this small business that define our city character, driving our economy and bringing us together. Now, therefore, I, James Douglas Stewart Jr., Mayor of the City of Irondale, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Saturday, August the 9th, 2025 as Golden Rule Barbecue and Grill Day in the City of Irondale, and call upon all residents and visitors to join in celebrating this historic Irondale treasure by enjoying a delicious barbecue sandwich or two, supporting their record-breaking goal and honoring the legacy of a business that has been 134 years in the making. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Irondale to be affixed on the 5th day of August 2025.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm proud to represent Golden Rule Barbecue, and the name's been a part of Irondale a lot longer than a lot of things here in the city of Irondale, and we're celebrating the 134 years, as he said. And, you know, over the decades, Golden Rule has been weathered world wars, recessions, and just about every curveball that history could throw. And we didn't make it through all that by accident. We made it through because of people. People like Sammy here, who's standing behind me. He likes to hide. And so he's poured his heart into the place for decades, for over 5 decades now. And it wouldn't be possible without him. And so some of this is actually a surprise to Sammy today, and he didn't know that. And so we're very thankful from the mayor and also the governor and for doing this proclamation. And so, you know, we thank Irondale and for everybody that's always came to Golden Rule, and whether you came in and you dined in with us or to go, we really appreciate that, and we are very excited about this weekend. And so that's our marketing director, Daniel. I'm going to let him say a little something real quick. So.
I did prepare a speech, actually. Oh, goodness. I'm going to kind of break some ice. Is that okay? My name is Daniel Harp. I'm the director of marketing for Golden Rule Barbecue, which pretty much means if it smells like smoked meat and somehow ends up on the news, I probably had something to do with it. Now, let's get one thing out of the way. We know that this city doesn't agree on everything, but there is one thing that we agree on, and that is Golden Rule Barbecue means something to a lot of people. For some folks, it's where they had their very first job. For others, it's a place where their grandparents took them every Sunday after church. And for some, it is where they go to remember people and friends that are no longer with us. It's not just barbecue, it's family. It's memories. It's a part of growing up in Alabama. So here we are, 134 years later, still smoking, still serving, and still making people say, wait a minute, I remember when it was across the street. Who remembers when it was across the street? Everybody. So, Golden Rule's been around since 1891. That was before sliced bread, literally. I looked it up. Pre-sliced bread was invented in 1928. So, how do you celebrate 134 years? Well, we're going to do something huge, a Guinness World Record. We're attempting to serve the most pulled pork sandwiches in 8 hours, and all we got to do is sell 5,000. At 95 cents, should be pretty easy. We have our team, our sauce-covered superheroes that are going to serve you the best way we know how, fast, friendly, and full of flavor. To make this day even more forgettable, we've been given the greatest honors imaginable, the mayor and a governor officially making a day for us, Golden Rule Barbecue Day. A real official, put it on your calendar, fire up the smoker kind of holiday. And we're so proud to be a part of this city's story. I just can't believe it. Golden Rule Barbecue Day has its own day. It's like Mother's Day, but with more pork and less crying. Unless it's from the banana pudding, because that stuff will move you to tears. So, you're sitting there asking, what do you do on Golden Rule Barbecue Day? I got a couple things. Come hungry, bring your friends, wear loose-fitting pants, and come buy 10 sandwiches apiece. and help us hit this $5,000 mark. My name's Daniel, and I appreciate all of you, and we'll see you on August 9th at the pit. A little bit of awkward silence.
Also, my last announcement, and I'm quite sure everybody in the room has heard that Costco's is coming to the city of Irondale. If you haven't, well, I don't know where you've been the last week, but we've received calls all the way from the Gulf Shores trying to figure out how did a little small town in Irondale pull off such a large feat. And I tell them that it's only because of the grace of God. It's a God moment, and thank you for that. But I did want to let you all know, just to keep you updated on what's going on, we're going to create a special place on the app, and we'll keep you updated as we move through the development agreement, the validation. We'll keep you abreast on what's going on for the next 30 days. We will also put that information on the website as well. We just want everybody to stay informed, to really know that this is a real deal. It wasn't a political announcement. Thank you all so much. And I will at this time ask Captain Brasher if he would come, and he has a presentation that he wants to do for the individuals that's just completed training in the Fire Academy.
I heard a clap. Was that? All right. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. For the ones who don't know me, my name's David Brasher. I serve as the Public Education Officer here in the Fire Department, and also do a few other things here in the city, so you may see my face and name, so I'm kind of a little bit of everywhere. Tonight, I want to celebrate a big accomplishment for some individuals who's chosen to take on a task or a challenge in our Citizens Fire Academy. As far as I know, to my knowledge, we're the only one in the state right now hosting a Citizens Fire Academy. So that's a good moment for us in the fire department, so we can actually take time to showcase what we actually do. Because a lot of times people wonder, well, I wonder where they're going in the fire truck. What are they doing? So this course is 8 weeks, and it basically breaks it down in each areas of the fire service. I think the participants who did this really learned a lot. They gained a lot of valuable information just for the fact of, wow, I didn't know that went on. I didn't know you had to do that. I can say that we have the best firefighters and paramedics in the state. I work with them. I've been on the line. I've been here for 21 years, so I know what we have. I hope that you never would have to use their service, but if you do, I promise you, you are in great hands. And this training gives you that a little bit of insight on what we do and how we train. A lot of it takes place at our admin building, where we have state-of-the-art training facilities up there where they train every day. Because we've got to be sharp in that moment of time when it's an emergency. In training, we can make mistakes because we learn. We're in a controlled environment. When you dial 911, it's not controlled. So, we break that down. And during the 8 weeks, we start back. We go all the way back in history to 1887. That's when Irondale bought its first piece of fire equipment that I can find on record. That's 1887. And then we fast forward to 2025. This is our second year of putting this on. This is our second class, and we usually put it on in the fall every year. So if you have interest, please follow us on social media, sign up. The spaces are limited, but it will not be something that you would regret. You'll learn a lot. The last 2 weeks of the class is our special ops. They actually apply hands-on. They do the water rescue, drone training, spraying the hose, putting the ladder up, doing a lot of hands-on stuff. So, you really get an appreciation what it's like for being a firefighter. So, with that being said, I want to call out our graduates, and hopefully everybody's here. I see a few that's not here, so if you would just When I call your name, please come up and just kind of stand here. I'm gonna give you a certificate, and then if you want to, everybody just hold your applause to afterwards, and then we'll go from there. All right, the first one's gonna be Kelly Frank. In addition to the certificates, we've got challenge coins that are highly sought for because not everybody has these. So all the participants actually get their personal challenge coin for the Irondale Fire Academy.
Okay.
Adrian Moore.
Thank you.
Thomas Damaventura. Did I say it right? No, of course not. Thomas D.
It was amazing, though, because you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Frida Williams. Alfreda Tolbert. Nikki Guin. Laura Lee Nelson. Congratulations. Brenda Jones. LaRosa Early. There you go. You don't want it? Wow, talk about dissing. So I have asked somebody, if anybody up here wanted to talk a little bit about the program, just for a few minutes. So, so I had 5 that said they would, so can I get somebody?
Hello. I'm Tom DeBonaventura, and first I went to the citizen engagement, which I didn't want to go, and I did, and it was absolutely amazing. So if anybody wants to go to the citizen engagement, please do that. It's an absolute no-brainer. But the Fire Academy, my wife and I, we always have a discussion, who does more things? Do police do more, or do firemen do more? Well, by far. After you go to a Fire Academy, holy cannoli, these guys, you couldn't imagine the training they have to do between shooting the most amazing fire hoses. Like they have like 17 different things they put on them, and they do all these things. That's cool. But they have these drones. If you ever saw a drone, you haven't until you saw their drone. They went up in the air and they looked at an exit that was like 2 miles away, and it was right in front of us. So at any rate, long story short, that was absolutely amazing, and I would recommend it for anybody to do it. Amen.
I just wanted to, I join everything that the city does so I can learn about what's going on. I did the academy, the Citizens Academy as well. I thought firefighting was fighting fires. That's really hardly anything that they do within Irondale. It's a lot more EMS, and they're extensively trained. So if you call them, they're gonna save your life. we have our own transport vehicles. We don't have to rely on anybody else, and I just think that's a blessing. And so thank you, Captain Brasher. I learned a lot. Wish I had more words, but yeah, it was great.
Hi,
I have a video of her shooting a fire hose.
I just wanted to say I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot, and I had so many cousins and uncles that were firemen back home, but I didn't know the intricate part. All I saw was a big red truck, and I wanted to drive it, you know. But I learned so much, and I appreciate it. And if you help them,
They pretty much already said everything that I would, other than the drones, and y'all really need to take this class. It's worth it. And we got to meet so many of the different fire employees. That's all I can think of.
I have a second thought, but the equipment that they have is amazing. Like, she intubated a mannequin, and there's cameras and just the amount of equipment you have and the quality of the equipment. Thanks to the mayor, and whoever did it. Holy moly! Like, if something happens, you're good. Like, you're freaking. They got the best of the best, and they have the best people doing it. You just can't say enough. You just can't say enough. But I can sing for you right now. So let me just do that.
So with that all being said, I want to say, if you do have an interest, by all means, follow us on social media for next year. Looking at to start off registration early March. 8 weeks. I need 8 weeks of commitment. You're going to get your hands well versed in all sorts of training from the EMS, which most of our calls, are about 80 to 85% medical. So you're going to get a lot of the medical, going to do a lot of the fire training. So with that being said, just follow us, keep us in mind, for next year, because we do have limited spots. If you're interested, please sign up. So with that being said, I present to you the class of 2025 Irondale Fire Citizens Academy.
Council President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. I'll let the room settle for just a moment. Let's see here, Councilman. All right, at this time, thank you, Mayor. We will go ahead and move into council member standing committee and any special committee reports. Councilman London, your
Thank
report.
you, Councilman President Thomas. I've been to 2 graduations. I've been to 2 of your graduations. What's next? Police? Police is up.
No, they're looking for me. Definitely, 100%. Whatever you guys put on, you guys are-
We're going through that one together. Yeah, 100%. Thank you. First of all, I just want to say, Mayor, you already mentioned all of it. I love Irondale Day. Was fantastic. The back to school celebration was fantastic. I've been through the fire academy. I'm telling you, these guys, you don't really know what they do unless you go through that training. So I would invite all of you to go through it. It is awesome, awesome training. And thank you, Lieutenant, and all your officers, Lieutenant. I'm talking Lieutenant, Captain. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's Captain. That's right. He's Captain. I'm sorry. You're not answering to Lieutenant anymore. You have to be Captain. I'm sorry. My bad. You're right. But thank you for putting it on, and all your guys who come out and do the training. That's awesome. Kudos to the farmers market. Man, I'll tell you what, fantastic. All those vendors were very courteous, and they really enjoy seeing us out there with them. So I want to say thank you for that also. I just want to, and all the graduates, thank y'all for going through the Fire Academy. I know y'all learn a lot, and I know it's some excitement. Did Miss Frida get on the ladder, Charles? Did she get on the ladder? Where's Miss Frida? She's gone?
She's gone.
She didn't get on the ladder? We should have put her and tied her up. She should have did. But thank you for that. Also, I just want to school's about to start. Where I know you to have kids excited about that. But just I want to pray for all the administration. I know Stuart, all the teachers, and all the kids that's going back to school. Just want to pray for their safety. Yeah, just want to reach out to all the students and the administration, and not just in Irondale, but all over the state and county. Because, unless you're in the classroom, you really don't understand how tough a job the teachers have and the administration have. So I just want to make sure we send out a special prayer. So when if you pray tonight, when you go down, before you go to bed, just send out a prayer to all our students and our teachers and our administration. I think they will really, really appreciate that. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Cuellar.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I would like to echo Councilor London's comments regarding Captain Brasher. I believe it was Councilor Spivey, London, and I had the privilege of having you teach our CERT class. You did an outstanding job, sir, and I know that you did it based on the feedback you're getting from your graduates, that they really appreciated what you did. I think the highlight for our group, it was the community emergency response team, was we got to put out a fire that was out on the parking lot where the senior activity center is. That was really amazing. It was a big fire, and we got an opportunity to learn how to do that. But you do so much, and I want to thank you for what you do. And our other highlight was getting with the other municipalities to have an emergency where you had different people that were wounded. Really very educational, and I want to thank you for what you do. Secondly, I would like to also congratulate the Golden Rule on their really achievement, being a restaurant that's been in Irondale for so many years. I would like to ask that everyone bring family, friends to help them to reach that goal of 5,000 barbecue burgers. Sammy has been there for years and years and years, and I know that would really mean a lot to him. He's going to be busy, as well as the other Golden Rule team, and so let's go and help them break that record of 5,000 barbecue burgers. Lastly, I would like to note that we also got some good news last week when I stopped by El Patron Mexican restaurant. Everyone's been wondering, when are they going to open? When are they going to open? Well, they've got a soft opening scheduled for August the 11th. And they're also planning to have a big ribbon cutting event. They're wanting the soft opening to give their team a chance to see where they need to make some adjustments so that they can continue providing the quality service as well as food that they've been doing. The one that I go to quite a bit is the one in Moody. And I'm just very excited about them being here and look forward to that day. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Box?
Thank you, Council President. Ditto to Councilwoman London, ditto to Councilwoman Cuellar. They covered a lot of things, so I don't have to go over it again. Being mindful of our agenda tonight and what's got going on. Firstly, thank you for District 4's presence tonight. This is awesome to see so many more of my constituents here. That's great. Police and fire, can't say enough about them. I'm actually the liaison to both, and the council, the mayor, we've provided these guys with some of the best things. We're one of the highest paid departments out there. So if you're wondering how your tax dollars are being spent, that's one of the main things right there. Also good to hear the mayor give us some very up-to-date financials to counter some of the material that's going around that's not so up to date. I'll say it that way. Whether at one time it was factual or not, that can be debated. But I think we got the up to date. More and more of his budget town halls that'll be coming in, and the town hall train will give you a lot more explanations to maybe allay some of the fear and show some of the positive good things. This we've brought a lot into place for transparency. A lot of it has been electronic. So contact the young lady sitting right there with the behind that desk. She'll help walk you through it. There's been some growing pains, but you can pretty much find out anything you need. So lack of transparency is definitely not an issue that we're having in this administration. Council President, that's all my comments.
Yes, sir. Councilman Sims.
Welcome, everybody. First of all, Holiday Gardens Neighborhood Association is meeting next Tuesday at 6:30 at the Irondale Senior Activity Center. So if you're in Holiday Gardens, come out, see what's going on in the neighborhood. We've had a ton of amazing events, like everyone just mentioned. If you missed them, we got a whole list of events coming up the next couple months. Be there. And I will see everybody gaining a couple pounds Saturday with barbecue sandwiches.
Thank you, sir. To piggyback on a lot of the comments that have already been made, first off, thank you for being with us tonight. Packed house. I don't know what everybody's excited about, but I'm happy to see you. That being said, going back to Golden Rule's presentation, I mean, a lot of y'all probably know this, but Golden Rule has just been such a supporter of the city for so long. Sammy in particular, I was thrilled to see him tonight. When I was on the board with the chamber, if we had an event, I knew I could always run to Sammy and be like, "Hey man, can we work something out?" You know, and he would always come through, no hesitation. I know that the city's used him a few times, used Golden Rule a few times to provide meals and stuff like that. Always comes through, no hesitation. So I know my money's getting spent on Saturday morning, so I challenge you guys to put some in that as well, because they have been so good to the city. I think it would be so cool if we got to bust this record through Guinness Book of World Records.
Council President, can I just say two things, because these things are very important.
Yes, sir.
The first thing is that the Irondale Public Library will officially close at its old location on April the 12th.
August.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
April.
Of 26. But no, Dale informed me yesterday that they're going to close on August the 12th. The old library will be closed. They will be at the new library, but it still will not be officially open. They want to go up there, work out the kinks, get used to working in the new building and all of that. And Dale will give me a date to give to you all in 15 days. But August the 12th is the last day after 52 years. That library will be closed and we'll be moving to the new facility. And that's how your tax dollars is working for you. Second thing is paving begins in Holiday Gardens next Monday. I guess we got some Holiday Garden people in here. We're going to start with Danton Lane first. And notices should go out sometime between today and tomorrow, but you will receive a notice that they're going to be in the Holiday Gardens area beginning on the 11th of August. Frank has been so kind to rent one of those signs that will tell everybody as you're riding home, which hopefully will cut down on the calls down to City Hall on when are they going to get started. But I did want to announce that the paving is going to begin in Holiday Gardens on Danton Lane on 8/11/2025. And this is a part of the $2.7 million that we're spending to pave roads in the city of Irondale. I also would like to tell you that it's done with, all of this is being done with cash. We're not borrowing anything, but $2.7 million is coming out of our road 4, 5, 7, and 10 gas tax fund to be able to pave $2.7 million worth of roads. And that's what your money is working for you as well. But you'll see the flashing sign. And if you have any questions, you can still call down to City Hall and we'll help you out with that as well. I promise you I'm through now, Council President.
Fair enough. Well, thank you. Those were important updates. So thank you for Golden Rule. That would be awesome to have them bust that record. Piggybacking on Councilman London a little bit, Thursday, big day in our community with return to school. I know my girls got to meet their teacher this evening, regrettably not able to join, but I'm sure I'll get filled in on all the excitement. But it all begins on Thursday. Traffic pattern is changing. There's going to be school buses where there haven't been over the past 3 months. So just brace. Don't run those stop signs that pop out of those doors, please. There's now a new cell phone rule. No cell phones in school districts. So some signs up there. So make sure you're paying attention. Irondale's finest would love to bring some revenue into the city. So, you do what you got to do. Let's see here. I watch people blow past those school zone speeds all the time. I go right down 16th Street on my way to work. And there's also a lot of people that turn left at the Arundel Community School when they're not supposed to be turning left. So you know how you are. But there's also a lot of people that are going to be going to schools, certain new schools for the first time. Maybe they're entering elementary school for the first time. They're transitioning to the middle school. You're going to have a lot, and the high school kids that are probably driving for the first time. So think about that. So you got a lot of people that are doing a lot of things for the first time. So just when Thursday hits, it's going to just go ahead, leave 10 minutes early, put the boss on speed dial, whatever you got to do, and just let's take care of our kids, and let's all get acclimated to school life getting started again. So I think that's enough on that. But
Yield in the roundabout, make sure you yield.
yield in the roundabout, please. That bus is a lot bigger than your car is, so I'm just saying. All right. Thank you very much for that. We'll go ahead and transition to our next item, which would be public comments to the council on non-agenda items. So once again, I see a lot of new faces that I'm thrilled to see. This is comments on non-agenda items. So if you have a piece of paper with something written on it, this is not the time to comment on that. This is non-agenda items. Give you 2 minutes. Anybody want to come up? Not everybody at once. All right.
All right, so I got a couple quick two things related to, I think the city code is 7.5, garbage, refuse, and trash. So I've got about 5 piles on a property that I'm trying to sell. It's 926 Navarro Lane. They've been there since, I think, mid-June. I checked the code and it says that the piles need to be within 10 inches diameter and I think 6 feet length. There's nothing about volume. So I'm being told that I'm within ordinance on the diameter and length, but I have too much. And I've got a recording of somebody from the city telling me I'm within an ordinance, but I've got too much. And I'm being told that no one's going to pick these up and I need to handle it myself. So want to bring to attention that detail right there. I have a recording I'll share with anybody here if you'd like, but I also want to work with you on an ordinance to make sure that you inform citizens like myself that do follow the law to the letter. You know, I read these details and I think what I've done is within the ordinance. So I'd like to make sure that if I'm not, that's in the, put that in the code just so people like myself know what to do. Appreciate it.
That gentleman right behind you is the one I will accept feedback from. He's your guy. All right. We'll take it offline, fellas. Thank you very much. All right. Any other comments on non-agenda items? I didn't get his name. Okay, yep. You got it? Okay. Sims has got it.
Judy Wilson, 3510 Belmont Road. First of all, I want to give accolades to the mayor. I went to pay my water bill yesterday and the sign was still on the door, no public restrooms. I asked about it again and they said, well, we don't know, but we have no public restrooms. So I went out and I called the water department and this lady answered. She said, well, the mayor just came in this morning and said, we can open the restrooms to the public. So I thought that was really great. So I got out of my car, went back in, and I initiated the opening of the bathroom at the water department. Or it's not just the water department. There are other departments in there, other offices inside that building. There's no identification on the building, but that's what it is. Also, Mayor, I know you're always talk about community, and there's a problem. 50 feet out that front door, there's a parking place. It's supposed to be handicap parking place. And according to the ADA compliance, it's supposed to be well painted, well recognized, and it's causing some dissension between some of your residents here in town. There's some misunderstanding about just what the parking place is, and it's not very identifiable. And I think if you have a $2 million excess reserve or whatever, you can afford maybe $100 in paint to paint that one, and 50 more steps to the side of the building. There's other handicap, apparently, parking spaces. So if you would take care of that, it might make some better relationships between some of us here in the city. I personally have had someone speak pretty unkindly to me, and we try to reconcile it, and the Police Chief Kellogg settled the dispute. So it is one parking space, not two, but they need to be repainted.
Thank you, Ms. Judy.
According to compliance.
Thank you.
ADA compliance.
I think we've got a young lady coming up. Yes, sir.
Good evening. ZBA decisions are final. I was a member of the ZBA for several years. They're final for the administrative process within the city. Otherwise, you have to go to court. Our website lists 12 boards and committees which have 1, 3, or 5 council members assigned. The ZBA does not have a council liaison. At a ZBA meeting about 3 months ago, I spoke with Councilor Spivey, who is a liaison to the Planning and Zoning Board. And he said, and I quote, "They do their own thing." Really? They need a liaison. Other cities have one. Checked it out today. Plus, their websites state which day of the month they meet and the calendar. It shows the meeting listed. Now, sometimes our calendar does show it. For instance, our website right now indicates a week from tonight, ZBA meeting, variance request at 1951 Grants Mill Road. Isn't that the hub location? Surprise. Plus, a liaison might help tone down the Facebook comments made by their members. Speaking of calendars, the Irondale residents look at the website for Irondale and the app. And I spoke to Pam today and let her know, and she was very appreciative that they contradict each other. She said she looked into it. Yesterday, I talked to someone with the city, I won't mention his name, about the calendar and questioned why there are 4 activities at City Hall today, 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock, but only one was on the calendar. Well, guess what? Today, the listing magically appears. The day of the events. Our calendar should be more accurate than that, not just a 24-hour change. Please review your committee's assignments and have their meeting dates added to the calendar. Your constituents would like to know when these various committees, plus, correct me if I'm wrong, are open to the public. And when they just happen, and we don't know when they happen, we're misinformed. No transparency. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Tall people.
All right.
Terry Johnson, 1504 Monticello Road. At the last meeting, I informed this council of an incident that occurred where a candidate currently running for city council filed a false harassment report with my employer. After my comments, Councilwoman Cuellar stated, out of order I might add, rather loudly into her mic, quote, "This candidate did not contact her employer. That is not true. This candidate did not contact her employer. That is false." Everyone here and watching online, ask yourself this question. How did she know? How did she know to jump in and try to defend this candidate? Also ask yourself this question. What kind of leader would call a citizen a liar on public record? What kind of leader would continue to encourage her supporters to file false harassment claims to someone's employer? Yes, there was a second false harassment complaint filed. This is not about simple disagreement. This is a personal attack. Ask yourselves this. Is this the kind of leadership that Irondale needs? A bully that rallies their troops to jeopardize people's jobs, their livelihood, who tries to get someone fired? The answer emphatically is no. Again, I remind you, doxing is a crime in the state of Alabama, up to a Class C felony with potential sentence of up to 10 years in prison. I don't apologize for honesty. My daddy taught me better than that. And I wasn't raised to lie to people just because they're fragile. The truth will not be silenced.
Do we have any more comments on non-agenda items? Any more comments on non-agenda items? All right, we're moving on. All right, to our, okay.
McDaniel, 4025 Rock Ridge, and that was just what I was talking about. I was talking about kindness. I've got 2 minutes, right, David?
Yes, ma'am.
Terry, we're talking about her livelihood and her job, and over Facebook comments, somebody's gone to her employer and tried to get her fired. What about kindness and thinking about what you're doing to people, and why would anybody do that? I mean, this is politics, but the bottom line is these are people. They're human beings. That they're somebody's family members. That they're somebody's sisters and brothers and wives and children. And I mean, these are our people. Just like we have our family members. These are our community family members. Let's take a minute. Let's take a step back. Let's care about each other. Let's not attack each other. And also, some of the comments tonight, things that can be taken care of with a simple phone call to City Hall. And let's take a step back. Let's think about what we're doing, and do we really want to be these kind of people? And if you choose to be those kind of people, go right ahead and do it. But I would hope that we would take a minute and take a step back, and let's be a different Irondale.
Going one last time. Any other comments on non-agenda items? Fair enough, thank you. Moving on, we'll go ahead and get into any reports of any boards or non-council committees or any department heads for that matter. Any reports from any boards, non-council committees, or department heads? All right, fair enough. We're going to go ahead and get into the deliberation. We've got a lengthy agenda. We have a proposed consent agenda in front of us. Resolve that Resolution 2025 R140 authorizes Mayor James D. Stewart Jr. or his designee to execute an agreement with Zava Solutions LLC, DBA My Senior Center for an electronic check-in system at the Irondale Senior Activity Center in an amount not to exceed $5,000. Do we have anybody to bring this up tonight? Or Mayor? Miss Julie? Yeah, please. I thought you said you didn't want to speak, so I misunderstood.
I didn't.
Okay.
So I'm Julie Wright, Director of the Senior Activity Center, and at one of the last council meetings, y'all approved a grant that we received from the county commission, and we will use this money. This is just approving the contract with the company, so we can go ahead and install this electronic membership that will get us away from clipboards on a piano. Signing people up for things. We've grown too big. So I thank you. This is just that contract.
Thank you. Councilman Lennon, any questions?
No question.
Councilwoman Cuellar?
I just had one question, and that was on page 1 of 3, where we've got the maintenance and support that's a 12-month period, and that fee is $1,800 a year, and begins with the initial purchase date. Only question I had is on the hardware itself. We're talking about the software, and that'll renew after 12 months. Do we know about any type of warranty on the hardware?
I don't know about a warranty. I know that it is ours once we install, but I don't know about the warranty. But
All
I
right,
can
only
certainly
reason
find
I was
out.
asking is if it we have some problems, let's say 2 years down the road, if we could just learn about that. I'm good with it as it is, but I think it's something that we should look into as far as a warranty on the hardware. Thank you.
Councilman Box?
No, that about covers everything. I would think that most electronic devices carry a 1-year manufacturer warranty from the get-go. If it's more than that, that'd be great, but no further questions.
Councilman Sims?
Every time I drive by there, the parking lot is full, which is another issue, I know. But keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully this will make it easier.
Thank you for everything you're doing. Good job with the grant and good job implementing something that will hopefully make your lives a little bit easier.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we agree to keep this item on consent?
Yes.
All right. Item number 2, resolve that resolution 2025 R141 authorizes the allocation of public funds to the Irondale Police Department in an amount of $2,650, the Irondale Fire Department in the amount of $2,650, and the Irondale Senior Activity Center in the amount of $1,000 from the FY 24-25 discretionary fund of Councilor Robert Box. Council Box, anything you would like to say?
Thank you, Council President. Yeah, I'm happy to give this back to the public servants of the city and also our Senior Activity Center. I've been asking all year and really the whole time I've been here for some neighborhoods to come forward, because we can actually do things that are public projects in the neighborhood if we can, if we can have them as a public good. So coming close to election time, I'd like to go ahead and present this back to police and fire. I know that they can always use more vests, more cameras, more training funds and things like that. And if I'm fortunate enough to be elected again, I hope that the neighborhoods will actually approach whoever is the counselor for this district to bring projects up for their neighborhood. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilman London, any questions or comments?
No question.
All right. Councilwoman Cuellar?
No questions.
Councilor Box, I'm assuming no questions or comments. Councilman Sims?
No questions.
And I have no questions. Thank you for what you do. All in favor of keeping this on the proposed and making this on the consent?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 3 on proposed consent, resolve that resolution 2025 R142 approves a 020-restaurant retail liquor alcohol license for El Patron Mexican Restaurant, Irondale LLC, DBA El Patron Mexican Restaurant located at 1284 Grants Mill Road, Suite 156, Irondale, Alabama, 35210. This has our city clerk's name by it, but this is a fairly routine. I believe we're all aware of the restaurant and things of that nature. Council in London, any questions or
No
comments?
question.
Councilwoman Cuellar?
No questions.
Councilman Box?
No, I think it's great. We're getting another restaurant in the city with more to come.
There you go. Councilman Sims?
No questions.
And I have no questions. Do we agree to keep this item on consent?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Item number 4 on the proposed consent agenda, resolve that resolution 2025 R143 authorizes Mayor James D. Steer Jr. or his designee to execute an agreement with Jefferson County Board of Education for a school resource officer agreement. Mayor Stewart, would you care to introduce this?
Several months ago, Dr. Gonsolin came to me and said that they wanted to move from having the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department and have the Irondale police officers to be able to work in the schools. And they wanted to be able to have a school resource officer in the community school, middle school, Grantswood, and the high school. He also said that they would pay $60,000 per officer, which means that they would pay $250,000 for the city to be able to have 4 officers. In the aggregate amount would be 4 officers, 1 for each school. And that's really a good thing for the city of Irondale, because not only can those officers work in the school, but they can also work their beat after they get out of school. And when school is not in, they can join the regular patrol, which gives us more police officer presence in the community, and we do not have to pay for it as well. This is basically what this agreement is about. To be able to, they wanted to, really they spoke highly of the Irondale Police Department and Chief Kellogg over there, and just feel that the city can do a better job than the shares, because we are here in the community. We are the community. We know what goes on in the community, and a lot of the kids identify with Irondale police officers.
Councilman Linden?
Yes, I think that last part, what he said, is probably the most important part, that now our officers can know who our kids are. And they can build a relationship with the kids at the school. And, we used to have our officers in the school. So I just think how important that is, that when they drive up our police officers drive up into a gas station and see one of the kids and they do a shout out, say, hey, how was school today? Or fist bump. I think that's so important of building relationship in the city of Irondale. So I'm happy, so excited about this agreement because, Jefferson County, I think they did a good job, but they weren't invested in our kids and invested in our community, but our police officer will be. So I'm excited about and thank Dr. Gosselin for bringing this to our city. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Councilwoman Quayer?
I echo what Counselor London said. There's nothing like having the relationships that students have with our local police officers. They do a good job, and they can certainly have that mutual relationship where if you do have anything where you've got a student that's in danger, they're confident and they can go and trust that Irondale police officer to help them. And so I'm certainly good with it.
Councilman Box?
Thank you, Council President. Yeah, I think it's great. I was kind of hoping that Jefferson County would actually maintain, so we'd have two SROs at one for the county and one from Irondale, but I understand budget constraints may prevent that for the county. But yeah, I don't think we can have enough Leo protection. Having a son that's in law enforcement and had worked as an FRO or as an SRO, I don't think that can go wrong either way it goes, especially having the city do it in the city schools.
Councilman Sims?
I think this is great. I know about 10 months ago, I put some funds into a Irondale Schools Safety Initiative that our police were able to go to the county and through the sheriffs, and sounds like a layer of that's going to be removed now, so it'll be a lot easier to do some of those things. So I think that's great.
And I think this is great. I know my kids know a ton of the police officers, thankfully for the right reasons already. So I know they'll be overjoyed to see them on a daily basis. Do we agree to keep item number 4 on consent?
Yes.
Outstanding. Item number 5 on proposed consent agenda, resolve that resolution 2025 R144 authorizes the allocation of public funds in the amount of $7,500 to Shades Valley High School from the FY 24-25 education fund to be used exclusively for the Shades Valley High School band. Councilman Sims, this has your name by it, if you'd like to introduce it.
Yes, and actually, we've got one of the band directors here, Mr. Gibson. If you'll make your way up, you can kind of talk a couple minutes about the band and the program and what you're doing this year. But I know part of it is to cover transportation costs, so the away games for the band. There was a list of supplies for the drum line, and I think the color guard. And this doesn't cover everything they're asking for, but it's a decent chunk, so hopefully it'll get you moving in the right direction.
Yeah. This would be an extensive amount of support for the Shades Valley Band. This is my first year as the head director at the high school, with the IB school leaving and all those things. It's a very weird transition. But this money would help us greatly, not only this marching season, but during the year. Like I said, with the IB program leaving Shades Valley, we're facing an uphill fight with recruitment in the coming years. Now, granted, Jefferson County is rezoning to where the Irondale feeder pattern will be part of the STEAM Academy for Jefferson County. So that will level out our numbers. But really, this money will go to help with transportation costs. It'll help with color guard materials, the silks for the flags, the uniforms, those kinds of things are very expensive, and they come out of the band account. And then there was a list of percussion supplies that I sent. Some of it will go to that. A lot of it will go to just making the experience for the kids in the band. I'm a firm believer that Shades Valley High School is effectively Irondale High School, and so the band thereby is an extension of the city. And I want to be able to supply the kids with as much supplies as I can to make their experience better for them, and then we can turn around and make that experience better for the community overall. I'm very invested in building this program up and making it a staple in this community, as it has been in the past, and I'd like to be the person to help lead that way. So,
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Councilman London?
Not, there's no question, comment. You know, my niece played in that band, first chair clarinet for many, many years. So you do a good job over there. Thank you.
Councilwoman Quero?
Only comment I have is I wish you all the best as incoming director. Good luck to you, sir, and continue to keep encouraging the students with music. It's one of my favorite things when I was in high school. You got to sophomore year and you had to decide if you wanted to continue with sports, if you wanted to choose band. And I chose band. It's a great, great organization. So good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Councilman Box?
Thank you, Council President. Yeah, good luck again. It's hard as a former Husky to say go Mounties, but go Mounties.
Councilman Sims?
I just invite everybody to come out to all the football games this fall.
And I don't have any questions or comments. Do we agree to keep this on consent?
Yes.
Yes.
Outstanding. Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Can you tell us
Go
when
Mounties.
is the first football game? First home football game?
Goodness gracious.
When is the first home game? Next week. Okay.
Okay, nice. All right, thank you all for that so far. Now we get into our regular agenda. Resolved that resolution 2025 R110A amends resolution 2025 R110 that authorizes certain additional security measures for access at Irondale City Hall. Councilwoman Quayer, this has your name beside it if you care to introduce it.
Yes, thank you, Council President. When we discussed this resolution, when it was first introduced, Councilor Box and I had discussed having access into the building and also into our council conference room. We're not able to access the council conference room. That's where I go to do a lot of the work that I do. And again, it's just simply identifying something, coming in to get answers. People ask questions all the time and they deserve to have answers. It's not a gotcha. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply doing clarification, taking a look at things. I share things with y'all. It's not to go after anyone, but it's just a means to have answers. And as I was stating this weekend when I came in, everything was locked. I was not able to get to the conference room, which is where the work is done. I think it's important. Yes, we need to have our bills secure. So I think having the dispatch to keep the bills secure is a great idea. This way you don't have unauthorized people taking a look and going through bills like that. It's one of the reasons that I did not go through bills in City Hall. There are cameras in City Hall that needs to be kept private. And where it's kept private is in our conference room. And this is what we had discussed. And that's all this is giving us the key so we can get into City Hall, go to dispatch, sign out the bills, and then go into our conference room so we can pull out things and spread out on the table without anyone else looking at what we're doing. That's why I introduced it. It wasn't carried out when we discussed it. It was just passed as is, and we need to be able to access the building when we want to. We need to have a key. Council members have always had a key. That should never be an issue. And we need to be able to get to the bills, and we need to be able to get into our conference room to do the work that we've been elected to do. Those are my comments.
Thank you. I want to, this was something I proposed, so I kind of want to start on my end. So, and I will gladly let you respond to these comments when it comes back around for a second run if you desire. So please. This all came about for a variety of reasons. Granted, some of the locks and everything like that were sort of PMs regarding, I can't tell you when the last time the locks were changed. So there was definitely some preventative maintenance involved. But there was also an unauthorized person that came into the building with you, so that was also part of the problem around restricting the access. So I thought that it would suit you really well to be able to have this entire dais to do your research, have access to a copier and printer underneath the dais here, and particularly to provide protection for you and the fact that dispatch can monitor this room, because I know that you've made some comments about fearfulness about the men on this dais that have censured you as a body. So I actually thought that providing cameras for your security was actually a good thing. So now I hear that you want to be able to check the bills out. I do agree that that process seems to be working out well. But we need to make sure that everybody that's coming to the building is getting checked in. I understand there was some resistance, or maybe there wasn't the knowledge that the other person that was with you over the weekend was supposed to be signed in, but I understand there was a delay in that happening. But at the end of the day, a council member that has been censured by this body for providing inaccurate or misleading information wants to take financial documents into a room to avoid any surveillance that was meant to be for protection, not to be damning. And I can tell you right now, these cameras are not good enough to pick up the text on any pieces of paper. And then also, if you do find an issue, you've been nice enough to take a picture of it and provide it in the packets that we discussed during the bills. But I am extremely hesitant to allow, and I understand you want to take them into the bathroom, to avoid security camera detection. So I just don't get it. So when it comes time to come around for a second, I would be overjoyed to hear your response. Councilman London?
Well, you said what I was going to say, but just add on to what you were saying. I would think, first of all, let me back up. Councilman Quaylaw is saying she needs to say she needs a key. I don't need a key. So the we doesn't include me. I can say that in a nice way, respectfully. But if she's, I think this inside of here is the most safe place when you're dealing with the bills. Because now, if someone else unauthorized comes in, then we know who shouldn't be in here. So when she's in here, she should be in here by herself. So, I mean, you said all the other things I was going to say, but I think this is the best place for that, and I don't need a key. I can knock on the door.
Copy. Councilman Box?
Thank you, Council President. Look, Councilwoman McQuaylar and I talked about this. I understand some thought went into it, Council President Spivey. I do think we did a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction of taking the access to City Hall away, or limiting the access to going through dispatch. Councilor London may not want a key. I enjoyed having the key, so I could come in. Sometimes I did sit in here. Sometimes I sat in council conference chambers. I didn't care about a camera. Still don't care about a camera, because everything I do needs to be open to the public anyway while I'm here. So I don't get the worry about being on the camera. I can see that point. I do think that the councilors still need to have a conference room. I've had that discussion with yourself and with the mayor, but I do want to reiterate, the mayor has full custody, control, and access granting ability to these buildings. So I submit to that until hopefully it is changed with the last little bit of our tenure. If not, then a new council that's seated can visit that with the mayor or the new mayor. Should we choose to grant council members access through the code on the employee entrance back here, we could come right in that employee entrance, go straight to dispatch, and then come in here to this room. I'm not so big on having to have the council room, but coming in here to this room is good. The one question on there that seems to be an issue, though, is these chambers are the public's chambers. So then not only we would be coming in here, if another person we brought in, we had to be very clear on that, and I think you were in the ordinance, that person would need to remain in the hall. So those are my comments on it, Council President.
Yes, sir. Councilman Sims?
I was fine with 2025 R110 on the 3rd of June. I'm fine with it today. I've had no issues going to check mail and stuff, or doing anything I needed to do, or getting in the building. I see no need to change anything. I don't comprehend any issues with cameras or taking documents to a bathroom, but that's whatever. But I'm fine the way it is.
Fair enough. Councilwoman Cuellar, would you care to use your
Yes.
second round to respond?
I would.
Thank you.
You're talking about the area that, where that I brought someone to sit there, as I noted before with the censure. That door was always open during community events. It was never an issue. People sit at that table. Employees had their family members sitting at that table after hours. So it was never a security issue. I didn't think there was a problem with having someone sit at that table when it's always happened. Always has. And anyone that would say it didn't isn't being honest. I didn't think there would be an issue because it's always been that way. Now, if we want to change it, fine, it's been changed. The reason that I do not want cameras is because the only ones that are authorized to look at bills are our city clerk and her assistants and this council. When you have cameras, anyone can access those cameras that is authorized to access those cameras. I am not comfortable with doing that. That's why I don't want cameras looking at bills. Only council members and the people that I've noted are authorized to look at all of the bills. I see nothing wrong with going to work in council chambers. There are cameras that see when you're going in to council chambers. So that's not an issue for me. You can see me going in to council chambers, but I need to have privacy, and I also need to be able to go in and work where I've always worked. That's why it's called council conference. That's our area to work. And I'm not comfortable with cameras here. The person that comes with me, they're fine coming with me. They can stay in the hallway. But this is why I said that. Now, Councilman Box, what he's saying, if you want the code to go in, fine. But we need to be able to go in whenever we want without having to ring a doorbell. That's just going a little bit too far.
Thank you. Councilman London? Actually, yeah, Mayor, since we're going around.
Okay, I just wanted to, number one, to say that all of the employees are restricted from coming to the back. The only people that have access to come to the back are the people that work back there. Even the employees had to get used to it because everybody used to come through there like it was a freeway. Why have a security code when everybody got the code? That was one thing. The second thing is I do want to clear up, we're not restricting any council person to come into the conference room. We're just saying that you need to come during business hours. Nobody said if you come at business hours to be able to get the bills, Pam will buzz you in. You can go back there in the conference room and you can do whatever you want to do. But we're just saying that we're not going to have people here after everybody is gone to have the same access to the back of the building that is restricted to even people who work here on a day-to-day basis. My third thing is any citizen can come down here at any time and go through all the bills. The bills are not restricted for where only the council can look at the bills. Any person can come down here Monday through Friday from 7 to 5 and say, I want to see the box with the actual invoices. And we will give them that box, allow them to be able to go into a room and to be able to look at them. So that is not true that it's only restricted for council members to be able to see the bills. After all, we put all the information in the packet and we put all of this information out on the website. So I'm trying to figure out, why do we need so much privacy when we are an individual who talk about transparency? You can't get no more transparent than being in here with the cameras actually watching what is going on. That is my recommendation, that we continue to keep access restricted to only the individuals that work back there. And if you want to come and get things, you need to come during the time that the building is open for someone to allow you access to use the conference room.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman London, do you have a response?
No response. I think we're just beating a dead horse on the head and he's not getting up.
We have full-time jobs.
Councilman
We have
Box?
full-time jobs.
That's it.
You're going to be City Councilwoman Coyle?
She had her introduction, she had her 2-minute reply.
Once again, to me, it's not about the council conference room. It is about access after hours. Dispatch is fine. It's a little less convenient than just having a code. I agree with the mayor. The back part needs to be secure for only the individuals that work back there. There were some offerings that I made that would simply take moving a door, and then the council conference room would be opened. But that, once again, this is something that, to me, it's not that big of an issue. I would like to be able to buzz in, not necessarily buzz in through dispatch, and sometimes that may not be as safe as to have somebody sitting there waiting and just have a code to get in. But once again, I acquiesce to the mayor. He's the one that's in charge of access. So I can't, that would be bucking a system of authority that I wouldn't seem appropriate if I were in charge of things that way.
Fair. Councilman Sims?
Still fine the way it stands.
Copy that. And I know that we
Can
have.
I just get some clarity,
No.
Council President?
Your time
Just
is
need some
over. You've
clarity.
used your
Well, I
time.
introduced it.
You
He
introduced it. That
he
was
introduced it.
when someone takes an introduction.
Right.
That is your first round,
Right.
and
But-
you
so
had your
that
second
means that I
round.
can bring someone with me when I come in after hours, and we can look at the bills.
She can.
That's what we can
Your
do.
guest can. Yeah, that's
Okay,
exactly
great.
what it means. it
That's
can do.
perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I yield to. I know that we have the fiduciary and custodial capacity over the buildings, but I yield to the mayor, as Councilman Box says. He's the one that's here 40, 50, 60 days. If he recommends something, then I'm going to go with that when it regards to access. All right. Now, does item 6 stay on regular for a vote, or do we move this? Or is someone going to plan on introducing it, or does the one who is offering it, does that get retracted based on your previous statement?
No, go ahead and leave it.
Go
as
ahead and
it
leave it
is.
on there for regular?
Yes, thank you.
Fair enough. Item number 7, resolve the resolution 2025 R145 authorizes Mayor James D. Stewart Jr. or his designee to execute an agreement with the Armstrong Company for relocation of the Irondale Library in an amount not to exceed $17,874.15. I know we've touched on this already, but if you'd care to introduce it, sir.
This is a company that professionally move libraries. They would do all of the packaging, the boxing of the books. They will, according to Dale, make sure they keep them in the Dewey, the system that they're supposed to. So when they take them to the library, it's not like they're trying to figure out how to be able to do it. Basically, this is a company that they know what to do, how to be able to do it, and then it will definitely allow the librarians to focus on doing some other things instead of having to move books. And also, we would have to tie up public works as well to be able to do it. We just want somebody to have the experience to be able to handle the situation.
Thank you, sir. Councilman London?
No question.
Councilwoman Quayle?
No questions.
Councilman Box?
That's great. Let's move.
Councilman Sims?
No questions, and just curious if we can move this to consent.
That's my next question. I agree with Councilman Box here. Let's move literally. Do we have a funding source for this?
General fund.
General fund, do we agree to add this item to consent?
Yes.
All right. Item number 8, resolve the resolution 2025 R146 authorizes Mayor James C. Stewart or his designee to execute an agreement with Building and Earth Sciences, Inc. for construction materials testing and special inspection services for the Irondale Civic Center renovation in an amount not to exceed $88,450. Mayor, if you'd be so kind.
We probably should have flipped this and had the bid accepted for the Civic Center before we actually proved the testing. But this testing will go along with if the bid is accepted, they will be there to make sure that the contractor is following all the standards and doing all of the things that they need to do with the materials that will be going into the Civic Center.
Councilman London?
No question.
Councilwoman Quayle?
No questions.
Councilman Box?
No, that's good.
Councilman Sims?
No questions.
And my remaining question, we have a funding source?
We do. This will come out of the PBA money for the
projects.
construction of the building.
All right. Since we have a funding source, do we agree to put this on consent?
Yes.
Does
Yes.
everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay. Item number 9, resolve the resolution 2025 R147 accepts the bid from Shelby Company LLC in an amount of $19,960,366 even for the Irondale Civic Center project, and authorizes Mayor James Stewart Jr. or his designee to execute an agreement with Shelby Company LLC to effectuate this bid acceptance. I know you've already touched on it, but anything you care to say?
Yes, I would like to say, first of all, I hope that everybody hear this, that the money has already been borrowed for the project. It was a part of the $60 million bond deal that we received the funding for that last year. I don't want anybody to think or run out of here tonight talking about we getting ready to add 20 more million to it, because we're not. This project started in 2023. It's been on the table for 2 years. I'll share a Bible verse with you all that is very fitting for this building. It says that one man plants, one man water, and God grows the increase, which means that it takes time to be able to get a project of this magnitude, to be able to get it to the finish line. And we're not at the finish line, but we're just choosing the contractor. I would like to say some of the amenities that's going in the building is everything that we've been talking about that we wanted to be a part of it. It's going to be a total renovation of the interior of the building. It should be able to seat over 1,500 people. And we learned from the Convention Bureau that there's a sweet spot when it comes to renting facilities, that in our area, there are not a lot of brand new facilities that can seat anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 people. It will have a brand new weight room that will be a part of it. We'll also have a aerobic room to be in the building as well. It will not have a track inside. I know some people have asked if it's going to be a track inside. And the goal is for citizens of Irondale to be able to use all of those amenities absolutely free. We do not have plans to charge membership or any of that kind of stuff. We just want you to come up there and use it. Once we get on the outside of the facility, we will have a playground, which was about, I can't remember the pricing on it, so I'm not going to say what that may be. But April just passed it to me, so I can, but we'll have a playground, amphitheater, pickleball courts, mountain bike tracks, walking track. And we're also going to tear down the pavilion. I don't know if you all have been up there, but there's an old pavilion that is up there, and that pavilion is going to be demolished. We will also have the entire parking lot will be refinished. The beginning part of it will be refinished. When they get through with it, there will be no signs of that it used to be the Zamora Temple. The ball is coming down as well. I always get asked about, is that going to stay? But we're going to take that down. We're going to chop it up in pieces. And if you'd like to buy a piece of the dome for $25, you can come up there and get your little freezer bag, and we'll be able to provide that to you as well. But I'm glad that we finally got the project to where it is right now. There are a few people in the audience that I would like to commend for doing a wonderful job, and you all can stand up when I call your name. But the architect on the job was William Blackstock. So if you all are unhappy with it, you can jump on them. And we also had KMS, that's Kemp Management System. They're the ones that have been overseeing and managing the project and dealing with the bids and all of that stuff. And probably the most integral person to the whole deal, and I knew he wouldn't show up tonight, and that is Brad Doss. When you all see Brad, he's here? Come on out, Brad. I told Brad that his next job when he retires, he's going to be a project management specialist, because I haven't had to do anything. Brad has been up there to meet contractors, set up everything with Blackstock, worked with KMS, even moved all the stuff out of the kitchen so we wouldn't have to pay any extra money. He's been a bright light, a beacon of hope, and I told him that he's been trying to retire for the longest. And I told him if he stayed at Publix, then I'll let him retire. And then he went up to the Civic Center, and I told him, well, as soon as we get through with the Civic Center, you can retire. Now I told him once Costco's is finished, he can retire. So he's going to be around here to probably November of 27. But I just want to thank the team of people that have done a great job. Like I said, I get a chance to be the overseer, but they're the people that actually do all of the work and has done the heavy lifting. And the contractor, who was the lowest and responsible bidder, was Shelby, who we have on the agenda tonight. There were 3 other bids, but they had the lowest bid and responsible bid. And I also want to let everybody know that all of the amenities and everything that we wanted to put into the building will be there. And I'll give you this other information just so you all have it. This company is called Fight Building Company, and their bid was $24,770,441.00. Murray Construction was $21,817,458. Shelby Stewart Perry was $21,777,029, and Shelby Company LLC came in at $19,960,366. Again, this has been a labor of love for 2 years. Also, the money is already sitting in the bank. There's probably about $35 million in the PBA account, so we have more than enough money to be able to finish this project. And I can't wait till the city of Irondale to have its first building of community where people can meet and get to know each other's name.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Councilman London?
Yes, long time coming, place that Irondale can meet. The citizen of Irondale can go and meet and do some things, different things over there. So, I think it's gonna be very important for our city, especially amenities that we see that's coming. But I do have a question, for us ballers like Christian and myself. It's gonna be a gym in there?
What about me?
Well,
I'm not a baller.
If you say, we're gonna add you in, and you say there's gonna be a basketball court inside.
We will have a portable court that we can interchange between having events as well as being able to play basketball.
Yeah, you part of the group then. You back in. You back in the group. You back in the group. But so excited, just so excited about it. And then my last question is, I'm the bulldozer guy. After we pass this, when those bulldozers gonna show up?
They will probably, you all can correct me, but I would say they would probably mobilize themselves within 60 days from the notice to proceed, about 60 days.
60 days, counting today. So we're 59 days away.
Bradley says, Bradley, who is the real manager over there, say 30 days, which means it's going to happen in 30 days. We throw dirt August the 21st, so by the end of September, they should be up there starting the construction.
Awesome. All right, consent. Thank you. That's all I got.
Fair enough. Councilwoman Quayer?
Yes, very important to note that I'm certainly one that is for progress. Don't have a problem with progress. Looking at the proposal form, it's the contract sum here was showing 17 million, and it's when we add these other, they call them alternates, on June the 4th, June the 9th, June the 12th, June the 13th, June the 18th, June 27th, going on through July the 11th. And I'm gonna also likes looking at things because what it does is that 17 million with all these alternates, it adds another $2,767,788. And when we look at things, can't we do these in phases, these alternates, so that it's not so much money all in one lump sum? Because that's what adds, from the 17 million, you're adding another 2.7 million, which gives you that 19 million. And more than likely, there'll be some overruns as well. And I'm just looking at this and saying, why don't we wait on the alternates, go with what, take those off, and when you take them off, you have 17,192,578. That's very close to the what you projected the bid, the amount for construction would be, and that's what it has here. So those are the only comments I have is, can we just pause on all these alternates and go with what you started with, which comes out to 17.1 million? Thank you.
Can I answer that question for you all?
Yes, sir.
It just may clear up everything. Initially, when we started out the project and we received the estimate that it was 90%, it's called the 90% estimate that we received, this building was going to cost about $23 million to do everything. And because we only wanted to budget 18 million to be able to do it, we decided that it would be best to break it up in alternates and to prioritize those alternates, which mean that if the main price for the building renovations came in at a lower price, it would still, we would not have to do the alternates. Now, if the building would have came in at the 19 million, we was thinking that we was going to spend that amount, we would have just left it the way that it turned out. But because the lowest bid came in at 17 million for the building, and we could still fit the alternates into that, and we also forget that we have $1 million grant that would come in from ADEM to offset that, because that adds to that, which puts it around $19 million. And now we're only talking about spending $750,000 over that. And we know that anytime you delay something, when you go back and do it 2 to 3 years from now, it's going to be more expensive. You're going to have to redo the bids and all of that stuff when you can get everything done at one time. And that's why I just wanted to give the explanation where the alternates came in at for the project.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Box.
Thank you, Council President. Well, the mayor, I was sitting there chewing at the bit because I did work for B&K Construction and several other large construction companies. We're coming in just a touch. There's some of my constituents in the audience that have worked for large construction companies as well. Why have a construction project going on for 5, 10 to 7 years? Okay, we're going to do this alternate. Now we got more construction traffic. Got to seal part off. If we can get this whole thing done, now, Mayor, I didn't hear you say splash pad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's there.
And we will.
I thought it was in there.
The splash pad was one of the first alternates that was a part of it.
Right.
And I also would like to say it's speculation to say that they're going to be cost overruns. How do you know that it's going to be cost overruns? So that's mere speculation and fear that we're putting into the public again for our own interests.
So anyway, as I was saying, Council President, I understand the desire from some citizens and from some people, especially with finance and accounting backgrounds, that would say, ooh, let's move forward slowly. Let's take this one little bite at a time. But let's finish the thing. Grand opening. It's got everything we've asked for. We're right there at a price point that we were looking at to have everything. And we're not going to have construction going on for 3, 5, or 7 additional years. I think anybody with construction experience in here could kind of agree with that. The only thing that continued construction benefits is the contractor doing continued construction. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Sims.
Thank you, Brad Dawes, for all you've done. I do have one question. I got asked this weekend, and I think it's the way it is, but the big open area where the roller derby was happening, that'll still be there, correct?
Yes.
Because they want to come back to Irondale.
It'll be there.
So I'll let them know, or if they're watching, good stuff. Do we have a ballpark time frame of how long it'll take before we get to have our grand ribbon cutting reopening?
I would say, according to Brad, if it opens and they start construction in 13 days, they project that it'll be 15 to 18 months for completion. So we're looking, 26, 27? I don't have my magic calendar in front of me, but we'll just say 15 to 18 months from September of 25.
Awesome. That's all I got. Thank you.
I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. But Councilman London specifically, man, ever since I've known you from day one, Civic Center has been something that's come out of your mouth. I can't tell you how many times. And so I am thrilled that you are getting to see this during your time serving. So hats off to you, sir, and to the community as well. Mayor, for putting this together, and Brad. If you've never worked with Brad, number one, don't make Brad mad. Do not make Brad mad. But this dude right here, if you have a conversation with him, he is just, you are so dead on with your responses in regard to your meticulousness and your accuracy. And I don't get the privilege of having conversations with people of that caliber very often. So I just want to thank you for everything that you've done.
Council President?
Yes, sir.
Councilman London, we want Brad to come out and
Come on,
speak.
Brad, let's
So
go.
come on out and say something.
Let's go, Brad.
Speak, Brad, speak.
I'm not a public speaker by any means, but I just appreciate everything the mayor and this council has done for me and getting this civic center up and running. It's been truly an honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Brad Doss. All right. Do we agree to leave this on consent, or whether there's enough questions where we should run this through regular?
Consent.
I'm still uncomfortable with
Okay,
the other.
we'll run on a regular.
Council President.
All right, item number 10, finally, ordain that ordinance 2025-12 amends Chapter 10, Article 1 of the Municipal Code of the City of Irondale, Alabama to add Section 10-9, visiting illegal drug homes. Councilman Sims, this has your name on it. Would you care to introduce it?
This basically does exactly what it says. It gives us, gives our police officers another tool to use to protect our neighborhoods and make them safer. We currently have an issue in the back of my neighborhood, and I believe Councilor Box might have a similar issue in his neighborhood, where this should allow our police officers more things that they can access to help put people doing bad stuff into jail. So.
Okay. Councilman London, any questions or comments?
No question.
All right, Councilwoman Cuellar?
Well, first I want to thank Councilor Sims for bringing this forward. The only one that I was just a little uncomfortable with, because I have sat on federal grand jury, which has to do with item number 4, where you've got controlled substances are found in close proximity to such individual. Usually when you don't have any cameras that show that the individual has it on their person, and if it's just in close proximity, that's not beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're guilty. And that was the only one that I thought we should look at that. Close proximity, if you can prove that it was on their person and they laid it down, and that proves that it is theirs, then you can move forward. But to say that it's just found in close proximity is not really substantial evidence. And so I just would like us to either reword that, but it's really can't do much when it's in close proximity without substantial evidence.
Legal.
That would be a factual question for the court to actually decide when and if this is used.
Councilman Box?
I believe this gives our officers a much stronger arrestability. Now, when things get proven out in court, who knows what can happen with the way defense attorneys come across today. But the more tools we give these officers to be able to arrest, or the more charges they're able to levy. And then from what I understand, and I know we can't go too much at liberty, but this also gives the city some recourse to put an end to some of these things for properties that may be an issue. So that's where I'm at. If Chief Kellogg wanted to come expand on anything of anybody's concern, I think that would be the person that could answer the questions way better than any of us here on this council.
Fair enough. Councilman Sims?
I just want to add, I did not write this ordinance. I'm not a lawyer.
All right, that's why we have such a wonderful law firm on the docket, right? I do not have any questions about this. My comments resemble that of Councilman Box's comments, and obviously, Chief, if there's anything you care to say about this, you're more than welcome to come up. But I too agree that any additional tools, even if something may not be providing evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt, but provides probable cause that may find something that provides something that's beyond the shadow of a doubt, I'm good with that. So if Chief has looked at this and you're good, then I'm good. I got the nod, so that's good enough for me. It's an ordinance, so it still needs to remain on the regular agenda. All right. So that concludes our deliberation. At this time, I would ask for an approval of the form of the agenda.
I make a motion we approve the form of the agenda, adding items 6, 7, and 8 to the consent agenda, and item 9 and 10 staying on the regular agenda.
Just 7 and 8.
Just 7 and 8,
Just
I
7
agree.
and 8, okay.
So 7 and 8 being moved to consent, items 6, 9, and 10 remaining on regular. Is that what I heard?
Sure.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right. At this time, since we have an approved agenda, we would accept comments on agenda items only. A packed room? Come on.
I have a question because I don't know. On number 6, the mayor says that the councilmen are only allowed to come during regular business hours. So how's that going to work when the council people have a regular job? They don't work here at City Hall. So did I misunderstand something?
Yes, for further clarification, we can access any part of the building during business hours, but in regards to after hours, items can be checked out from dispatch and then brought into this room for viewing.
Okay. After regular hours.
After regular hours, they need to be checked out and brought into this room.
Okay, thank you. And also, could you explain something? What is an illegal? How do they know to visit an illegal drug house? Can I see something going on and I think maybe it's drugs and I contact the police and they come and maybe check or something?
I would say if you would like to ask one of the officers what constitutes that after your time has expired, then by all means. Thank you. Do we have any other questions on agenda items only? Questions on agenda items only? Yes, ma'am.
Mary Sher at 5276 Amber Hills Road. Just had a question on the number 9 on the Civic Center cost. Well, you said just a few minutes ago, we still have 35 million in PBA, and this is going to take up 20, so we have enough then for our, was it 18 million for the municipal complex? Is that right?
That is an estimate, so don't quote me on it when I
No,
leave
we
here,
know
but
that it's a-
that was approximation.
But it
Yes, that's an
sounds good, though.
approximation. I think it sounds pretty good.
I mean, because this would leave 15 million-ish for the municipal complex.
Kind of shorter.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments on agenda items only? Yes, sir.
I practiced civil engineering for almost 50 years. I performed or supervised the checking of calculations and drawings, looking for errors, keyword, which could cause the structural collapse of the building. Now, about 2 months ago, a city council meeting, a resident of Irondale spoke and said to Councilor Cuellar, you come up here to City Hall on Sunday afternoon and look for errors in the latest financial statement every 2 weeks. And I say, thank you for doing that. Thank you for finding those errors. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for having as many comments as the other 4 counselors combined. It's not meant as any derogatory comment. Please don't take it that way. And I'll quote a Bible verse.
Point of order, please. The gentleman is speaking.
Genesis 50:20 says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done." Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments on agenda items only? For clarification, was that ambient noise or what was the source of the point of order?
There was talking in chamber while he was talking.
Gotcha. Do we have going once, going twice? Any comments on agenda items? All right. At this point, I'd ask for an approval of the consent agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as noted.
Outstanding. That brings us to item number 6 on our
Second.
regular.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
We got to vote. He seconded my motion.
yeah.
Oh, it's past my bedtime, guys.
I know, it's
I
like,
wasn't sure which
All
one
right,
went
so we
wrong.
had a motion, we got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Outstanding. All right, now we come to item number 6 on the regular agenda.
I make a motion that resolution 2025-R-110-A be approved.
Everything deserves a vote. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
No.
Councilman Lennon is a no. Councilwoman Quayer is a yes. Councilman Box is a yes. Councilman Sims is a no, and I'm as a no. Did I read that correctly?
You can put me as a no, because not as the way she has written it, I would have proposed it a different way.
Okay, understood. So that item fails. Did you catch that on the record? Okay, cool. That brings us to item number 9, if that could be introduced.
9 was moved to consent, right?
No.
No, that's correct.
Move that resolution 2025-R-147 be approved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or any abstentions?
Again, I don't want people to think that I'm against progress. I'm not. I just am very uncomfortable with the additional 2.7 and I'm going to abstain.
Noted.
Thank you.
And then finally, our ordinance item number 10.
Move that ordinance 2025-12 be considered read.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye. Move that all rules that would prevent the immediate consideration of ordinance 2025-12 be suspended.
Second.
Motion second, roll call. Councilman London?
Yes.
Councilwoman Cuellar?
Yes.
Councilman Box?
Yes.
Councilman Sims?
Yes.
And myself, yes.
Move that ordinance 2025-12 be adopted.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
That's the end of the deliberation. No executive session. I ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion seconded by Councilman Cuellar. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Have a fantastic night, everyone. The adjournment of London.